Did you follow the action at Tour of Guangxi?
Of course.
Is Jasper Philipsen's 2023 win record an impressive stat?
Definitely.
Do you like the 2024 Giro course?
Yes.
Do you think Tadej Pogacar will be at the start of Giro d'Italia next year?
No.
I've got the spores, the sickness. There's the twins in my brain.
Tour of Guangxi has almost come to an end, which means the 2023 cycling season is almost history. In the meantime, the course of Giro d'Italia 2024 has been presented. The trip through Italy will be the main topic of this Domestique Cycling Podcast episode. And joining me today is Dieter. Welcome, Dieter.
Well,
Tell me, Tour of Guangxi, do you think that's a nice end of the cycling season?
if they chose a better course, I think there are almost endless options for a beautiful course in that area. So I feel like just like the Tour of Britain, like they choose so many flat stages. Well, there are options to have so much amazing stages. So that makes the race way less popular than it could be.
Well, I have the feeling that not a lot of people are interested in a stage race in China that late in the season, but that's not the case for you.
I still watch, to be honest, but I also have the feeling now, and that's about the first time I think like road season is good. I want to watch cyclocross.
Um, tell me for the people that didn't watch Tour of Guangxi, what are the main takeaways?
Milan Vader confirming is an absolute animal on the bike. I had heard that he had like top three or top five of 5 minute power in Jumbo-Visma relative to weight watts per kilo. And he confirmed that. I think it was into a headwind that he attacked, and Rocha had big watts, so Vader had even bigger watts. And from the rest, Milan was a beast again. We didn't see him after the Giro, but he's back to being a beast. Like I think the second stage, it was a headwind. He started to sprint at 250 meters, and he just won. Like and with good sprinters in his wheel.
The guy came back from a big injury. He's now back on the top level. What do you think can we expect for 2024 of Milan Vader? In what races will we see him, do you think?
I think he also said that this year. I think that he wants to go for races like Strade Bianche, etc. More like having a top three 5 minute power of Jumbo is insane. I mean, open pro cycling stats. Look at all the riders. Like only Roglic and Jonas are going to be the ones that beat him. So we beat all the riders in that area. And that's what you need to have for races like Amstel Gold Race, like Bastenaken Lake, but also punchy ends of a stage like you have in Catalonia or something like. So a lot of options, to be honest, in my opinion.
Dieter, something else. Jasper Philipsen is the rider with the most victories in 2023. He raised his arms 19 times this season. Do you pay a lot of attention to that win record stat?
If I was Jasper Philipsen myself, I would be so proud on that. We have Pogačar competing for the win in every race. You have Remco Evenepoel competing in the win for every race, and you win more races than those guys. Yeah, that's insane and something to be very proud of.
Philipsen focused on getting that win record since September, I think. He took it last week in Tour of Turkey. Do you rate his record stat bigger than what Tadej Pogacar achieved?
No. Tadej Pogačar won Vlaanderen and Lombardije, 2 monuments. If Philipsen won World Champs and Roubaix, he would have won. But now, Pogačar is just miles ahead, to be honest.
But still, no one will say that the season Jasper Philipsen had was bad. On the contrary, it was excellent. I already said that the main focus of this episode is the course of Giro d'Italia 2024. So let's dive into it. What was the first thing you thought when you first got to see the course?
First time I saw it, I was like, shit parkour. And then I looked at it some more times, and then I started to think this can make for a pretty good race, actually. So,
what was the game changer?
Yeah, I don't know. First, I thought, again, a sluggish race until the last week. Then I began to think there are some options for the like this gives me 2020 Giro vibes. It's possible that there's the best climber in week 3 that he will finish like 25th the whole first 2 weeks and then ride everyone into and demolish everyone in week 3 like Gilgenach, Hindley and Kelderman did back then. So that makes for a pretty exciting race, I think.
Let's start with the opening weekend, which is, in my opinion, pretty interesting. Stage 1 isn't the time trial and it isn't a flat stage for sprinters either. It has an interesting climb towards the end, and then stage 2 is a mountain finish, a kind of tribute to Marco Pantani. Do you think we can expect already fireworks in those 2 first days?
First day, if you're dropped as a GC rider there, you don't have to search anything in the GC, to be honest. But the second stage, you need to be in good shape already, because if you peak for week 3, which is what GC riders are definitely going to try with this parkour, like Roglic also did this year. You also need to make sure that you don't get dropped very hard on that climb, because it's already a very tough one. Like there's a big flat part in the middle, and it's still 6.2% for 12 kilometers, so that's a tough climb.
Do you think such a hard opening weekend will scare the GC riders because they won't know where they are, at which level they are riding? Some of them might even focus on week 3, and then such a hard opening stages is tricky.
You will have the situation where the guys you can't win on strengths, but he'll definitely already try something in the first weekend, because why not? So I think you're right about that. That the top guys are going to be scared to try something, because you can already throw everything away in the first weekend. But other guys who are just beneath the level of the top guys will try everything in the first weekend already.
If I counted it correctly, there will be 8 or 9 sprint finishes. That means this will be an interesting Grand Tour for sprinters, no?
Yeah, definitely. Giro sprint level hasn't been amazing the last years. I think we can say that. I think they maybe want to change that and attract bigger sprinters. Maybe Van Aert isn't top sprinter, but he can do about everything. And I read that he had interest to go, but I'm having a lot of doubts about that topic, to be honest, because also for Pogačar going next year purely because of the Olympics.
Well, Wout said he'd seen it all at the Tour de France, and that he is indeed interested in once going to Giro d'Italia. So it might open up an opportunity for him if he goes there.
Next year, not don't do it next year. Also, Pogačar, you need Tour de France for Olympics, in my opinion. Yeah.
Let's go to stage 6, which is a stage with Sterati. There are 3 of them, making it 11.6 kilometers of off-road racing. Do you think that will make a big difference?
The stage is relatively easy, so I think it'll be all right, to be honest. And also, the 2 biggest sections follow each other very closely, and they are like 40 kilometers from the finish, and then a short one 50 kilometers from the finish. So I don't think that will have an influence on the race.
I agree on that, but that makes me also wonder, why would you put a stage like that into Giro d'Italia if it doesn't make any difference? Then just use some. Don't take the off-road part of it.
Yeah, exactly. Even if it would make a difference, don't put a Strade Bianchi or Roubaix stage in a Grand Tour. Okay, all the excitement is fun, but it's not fun if you're a GC rider weighing 60 kilos and you fly over the cobbles.
We've got 2 individual time trials as well, which makes 68 kilometers of fighting against the clock. That's a pretty huge amount.
David doesn't need to go for GC in this Giro. Yeah, that's a significant amount. They obviously want to try and get Remco back on it. This parcours would be an amazing opportunity, to be honest, but it's not going to happen.
I think they won the Filippo Ganna at the start.
Yeah, that will happen from what I've read. Yeah, the guy focuses purely on the Olympic time trial, so he doesn't want to ride Tour de France, so he can solely train on his time trial, and I think also the track for the Olympics. So that's
Have you read anything about a Grand Tour debut of Joshua Tarling?
well, no, I didn't. Yeah, it's a good one.
Do you think those individual time trials will make big gaps in GC?
Definitely. The first time trial is a killer. 30 kilometers flat, so on the big gear, and then a pretty nasty profile the last 7 kilometers. So you have done a 35 minute, 40 minute effort, and then you have to start climbing. Yeah, that's brutal.
What do you think of the combination of stage 7, the time trial, and stage 8, which finishes on Prati di Tivo? I think it's really interesting that the time trials comes first instead of the mountaintop finish.
I don't know. Riders still go very deep in a time trial, but it's not a 5-6 hour stage, so we'll have fresher legs in that stage. That's for sure. So yeah, and that's a very interesting stage, to be honest. It's a stage which makes it possible to race all day. You have not that long climb and then a long climb in the beginning, then like a rolling stage the whole day, and then Prati di Tivo. So that's also brutal. The amazing stage, in my opinion.
We've got 6 mountaintop finishes in the first Grand Tour of the season. Do you think that's enough? Giro organizer Mauro Vegni, he expects a big battle, and he said that the past editions, the difficulty level was too high and it kind of blocked the race. Do you think that will be difficult now, that we will see a more aggressive race?
Yeah, stage 20 is made for if GC is close before that stage, we're going to see fireworks. It's so, yeah. I also thought first, like, but Yeah, I agree with what Vanya says. To be honest, the race is made for a killer last week, and you can also already take your opportunities in the first 2 weeks. It's a lot less mountaintop finishes, but there are some for the guys who already want to play their cards in the first 2 weeks. So it's a good route in my opinion.
What's your opinion on stage 20 with the double ascent of Monte Grappa, but not a
Yeah,
mountaintop
amazing.
finish? It's a finish after the descent.
Yeah, yeah. Saw that, and I was also like, I don't see the advantage of not finishing on the climb. Maybe, yeah, logistic wise, but I don't know whether that's the case. Yeah, like imagine a 30-second difference between Carapaz and Tao Geoghenaert for the win. Yeah, it's their own choice, obviously, but you're going to risk everything in that descent if Carapaz takes the lead and you're like on seconds.
Do you know if the descent of Monte Grappa is a technical one?
Well, to be honest, I don't know climbs in Italy that well, so I don't have an idea.
Let's hope it's not too technical then.
Yeah, it looks like a steep descent though. So the first, yeah, could make for a very dangerous situation. Like the descent doesn't even need to be technical. In a case like that, yeah, I don't like it.
Watching the 21 stages on paper, which stages will be the most crucial, you think?
Yeah, 20 is very crucial. Um, uh, Stage 17 is also a kilojoules beast for long climbs. If you're a guy with who can handle big volume like Vingegaard, I'm not saying he's going there, but like a really pure climber like him, and you have a good team, you can just you're going to look with at that stage and be very happy because that's a killer. We're going to see GC guys come in at 5 minutes or more that day. Two pretty hard stages the days before. So stage 17 and stage 20 are the two most important stages in my opinion.
I'm curious to hear your opinion about 16 with Passo dello Stelvio from the very beginning, and then it's kind of a rather easy finish.
Yeah, it's from the one side you see it and you think, what is this? But from the other side, we're going to have a break with climbers, maybe even some GC guys in it, and then a big flat part, and then still a pretty tough climb to be honest, because there's a descent in the middle and long flat parts, but it's still 23 kilometers at 5%, and at the end it gets really steep. So I think that could make for a very interesting situation like with Koes or with Hindley in the Tour, Koes in the Vuelta, something like that. I have the feeling that's going to happen there.
You already talked about Tadej Pogacar. It's Moroveni's dream to get him at the start of Giro d'Italia, and he says that this course should make it possible to do the double, Giro d'Italia, Tour de France. What's your opinion?
I'm going to be a bit rude here, but Pogacar can't even beat Vingegaard if he only does the Tour. How is he going? Why would he first do the Giro to then get this as beaten even more in the Tour? So and definitely not next year with the Olympics.
Exactly. I think Giro Tour is a double. That's not possible. Definitely not when you want to win against Vingegaard. But I think the double Giro Vuelta, that's possible. And if Pogacar is at the start of Giro d'Italia in 2024, I think that's the schedule he'll follow, Giro and Vuelta. And then it opens up opportunities for Ayuso at Tour de France, your big favorite.
Yeah, Ayuso definitely wants to go. He already said that several times, but I just don't see it happening next year, purely because of the Olympics. I think doing Giro, and then you have the Olympics 2.5 months, maybe even a bit less, but you first need to rest after a Grand Tour, because if you don't, you'll end up as Mathieu van der Poel last year. And then you also need to train again in like 1.5 months. Yeah, I really don't think Pogačar is going to do the Giro next year, purely because of the Olympics.
Of course, we don't know which GC riders are targeting Giro d'Italia in 2024, but looking at this course, who suits it? Who suits it?
Vingegaard, I think. the triple stage 15, 16, 17, and then stage 20. If you send all the best GC riders to this, Vingegaard wins with about every Grand Tour profile you can imagine, I think.
What about Jumbo-Visma if Vingegaard goes to the Tour? Who do you think is going to Giro d'Italia?
Kelderman might get an opportunity again. For the rest, not that much amazing names left, to be honest. Maybe
Jorgensen?
Koes. Don't see it in him going for the competing. I love the guy. I'm a big fan, but I don't see. I don't see it in him to compete for top 5 or podium in a Grand Tour. Maybe Koes. If he likes
Koes, the dream is alive.
This would be time trials though. Yeah, but if you look at the climbing stages, amazing for Koes.
Absolutely. If Pogačar and Ayuso both go to Tour de France, it might open up opportunities for Adam Yates or João Almeida once again.
Yeah, Adam Yates. If I was Adam Yates, I would definitely go to the Giro. Like he showed that he made a big step with UAE. This also shows that, in my opinion, Ineos training the last few years it's really slacking. We've seen it on numerous occasions. But with a big step being made, like which GC rider outside of Pogačar, Vingegaard, Ayuso, Roglic is going to beat Adam Yates in top shape? I don't think anyone can do that.
Okay, Dieter, is there anything you would like to add about this course of Giro d'Italia 2024?
No, I think we've said about everything.
All right, then the only thing left is thanking you for joining, and thank you to the audience for tuning in. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, and see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I've got the spores, the sickness. There's me twins in my brain.